Peace, peace. This is djOHLOW. You're tuned into On Beat with OHLOW, coming to you live from WEBR Radio Fairfax here in Fairfax, VA. We've got a very special show. We got Miss Ma Dukes, J Dilla's mother, in studio today. Thank you for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome. You just got back from Puerto Rico.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and I know you were having a good time out there at the beach. With Rocksteady Crew.
Rocksteady Crew.
Yeah, that's what's up.
All day.
We got my man Tony Smith in the studio today.
What up, though?
Yeah, thanks for coming out, fam.
It's about time we link it up.
Yeah, exactly, man. I'm going back and forth for a minute. We also have my man Scene. And you brought your man out, Sincere.
Yes, I did. It's my brother right here.
Yeah, that's
Sincere.
what's up, man.
It's Newport News Finest right here.
Yeah, he's been telling me a lot about you, man. So I'm playing all Sincere beats today in the background. So, general question to everybody. Does anybody here eat organic? Or does it even matter to you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ma Dukes, let's start with you.
Yes. Just
You look,
started.
I don't know what your age is, but you look mad young. You know what I'm saying? To be,
I'm mad old.
It's good food and lotion.
Well, yes, that and eating right, exercise.
Exercise,
and
yeah.
rest is important.
Yeah, rest is definitely important. That's something I don't get. I have a 3-year-old and I got another one on the way. I don't get any rest, man. I got bags under my eyes. It's crazy. But tell us, so do you always choose organic over just regular?
No, actually, I reformed my eating habits in the past year.
Okay.
Thanks to Mr. Tony Smith.
That's what's up.
And we recently went organic.
All organic.
All organic.
And what about, so organic fruits and vegetables?
Fruits and vegetables, we mostly plant-based.
And what about meat?
Well, we don't do pork.
And why is that? Why don't you?
Well, we just don't do pork.
Okay.
Yes, it's just unnecessary.
Okay. It's not because you're Muslim.
No, well.
I am. But,
Oh, that's what's up. Respect, fam. I didn't even know that.
Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, man. Yeah, that's what's up.
I mean, for me, being Muslim anyway, but for health reasons, as you know, growing up in the South and then end up watching my family suffer from high blood pressure. And, you know, pork being the number one thing that everyone loved to eat. So you knew there was like a lot of health risk that goes on in the South and people in the Caribbean and everything. So, like I said, and when we was in Puerto Rico and the one thing you notice about in a lot of Caribbean areas and in the South is that they have a lot of health issues, and it's because they eat bad and they still eating the way of the slave mentality.
Yeah, exactly. And that's Peace. Welcome back to On Beat with OHLOW. I'm playing all beats by Sincere. You go by Sincere 76, right? That's what it is online.
Yeah, that's what's online right now.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I like these, man. These take me back. You know what I'm saying? This is like Cena was saying, this is, you know, he was like, yo, he doesn't make music for the people. He makes music for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what's up, man. Yeah, I'm feeling this. And next to you, man, we got Ma Dukes, J Dilla's mom, man. So I want to ask you, was Dilla any type of influence? Because I know you've been making beats, you know, you've been making music for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And I can hear, you know, a little Dilla influence. But again, what influence did Dilla have on you, man?
Man, all I can say is, you know, today's a blessing. I actually worked with someone that she actually took care of when he was a baby.
Word.
And, you know.
Can you pull that mic down a little bit? Or just speak right into it, yeah.
But Dilla really changed my life. Seriously. I think the first track I heard from Dilla was The Far Side Running.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was the first track. You're right.
That's the first one that actually that had, you know, it got to the masses. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, me and Scene, you know, we're big Far Side fans, and when they came out with the second album, I was like, what is this, man?
Yeah.
You know, I was like, hold on, that's not Jay Swift. That's who is this, man?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then, you know, I heard Drop. I was like, whoa.
Drop, yup.
Whoa. And from there, I mean, I was like, man, who's JD?
Yeah, he used to go by JD
back then.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You know, whenever I can hear anything from JD, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know, because you know, Premier and Pete Rock, Law Professor, those are my idols. You know,
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
of course, they're still my idols now, but
Dilla switched that.
He switched it, man. He switched it, man. And
he, you know, like he said, Dilla changed my life. I've seen a lot of T-shirts that say Dilla changed my life, Dilla donuts, Dilla, all these different Dilla things, right?
Yes.
And I know for a fact that they're not all coming from the same company.
No, they aren't.
They're not, right?
No, they are
yeah,
not.
It's just random people printing random
people.
T-shirts, CDs,
That's right.
whatever, you know. Now, do you Do you see any of the profits? Do you see anything from that?
Only the ones that the foundation does at different events.
Okay, and the foundation is the J Dilla Foundation.
JDillaFoundation.org.
Okay, and that's run by you and Tony.
Tony Smith is the ED.
And so the people reach out to you too and say, look, we got this going on, we got that going on, we want to give you proceeds, or you know what I'm saying? Or do they just try to they think like they're just gonna get away with it?
It's Pirate City.
Yeah, it is, right?
Pirate City.
It's the Wild Wild West.
Yes,
the number one bootleg copied producer artist,
Dilla.
you name it, is Dilla.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's like Dilla is the next James Brown. If you want to look at it like far as with being sampled, jacked, and everything, he is the next level of James Brown for what everybody is jacking though. Because I've seen some people actually, say that, that was them, but it was certain parts of JD doing it. But it was like, wow, all you do was just rearrange what he had.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, and it's yours, like for real, dude. And they just, people are actually putting out, we found people putting out wax in their own name, not even saying anything. So we have global scouts out there.
Wait,
right
hold on.
now.
What do you mean? So they're using?
Man, they putting out their own wax, their own stuff, man, and not even telling us overseas and everything. People do it. Projects all the time. But one thing that we decided to do is, we took a different turn because what we're doing right now, we're moving up to move forward. What I did was just reach out to the people and say, hey, if y'all have all these projects that's out there like that, why not be respectful and let us hear them?
Yeah.
Don't just put it out there. You get your thousands of listeners and everything, and then we have to find out about it and have to take some kind of action. We'd rather just listen to it. Man, like day and night, we sit back and listen to people's tributes and everything all the time.
Yeah, that's what's up.
For real. We don't turn nobody down. We listen to it. You got your good with the bad, but we straight up listen to it, and people ask for our comments.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. And do you always make an effort to try to make a comment and get back to the people, give some feedback?
Always, man.
Yeah, see, and I think a lot of most of it is intimidation. I think a lot of kids are just scared, you know what I'm saying, to approach and to say anything. And I think a lot of people just feel like, they'll never hear it or they'll never see it, so I could just try to get away with it.
Ooh, that's the worst. But that's the worst part, because if you end up with that letter, that cease and desist letter, you're gonna realize how real this game really is, and it's certain levels to this game, and people think that they could just actually enter into it and think you all up in the game. But no, bro, when you get to this, when you get to this particular level and you end up having them papers served, then you're gonna really realize how real it actually is. And a lot of people have had to face that. But at the same time, I said, let's take it a different way. Let's talk to the people and let's get this going. Some of them has just really been nice, man. Really nice, and I tell the people, we really appreciate it, and we post it up on our page.
Yeah,
because it's respect.
Yes,
they respect you, so you respect them.
Exactly.
And when they disrespect you, you send them a letter.
Hey, try not, because being in the game for so long, man. I'm going almost 30 years in the game of doing all this, and still trying to teach people the same thing. But it's like generation after generation, everybody want to miss the most important thing. But then when you finally get like, oh, man, this is what they was talking about. It's like, man, nobody got time for that, man.
Yeah,
this is a business, man. Really, this is a business.
What are you getting?
Sometimes it costs more to go after somebody.
Oh, it costs more to go after them, huh?
Someone.
Yeah.
So you really have to weigh it before you even bother.
So you should only really go after someone.
Direct to people that are doing it.
Oh, okay.
But Stone's Throw do it.
Woo, yeah, right?
Yeah.
But they have, Stone's Throw has rights to some things as well, right?
To donuts.
Exactly.
To donuts, only donuts.
And they've stayed within that. They just keep redoing donuts.
Yeah. One thing I noticed about Stone's Throw is that, like you said, they keep redoing donuts. Yes. And I've seen a few times where they reach out to the people and say, we want you guys to flip it. You know what I'm saying? Or we want you guys to do this.
Yes,
I've seen a competition where they said, we want you to do some new artwork for the Dilla Donuts, right? And so they can get away with it because they own the rights to that album.
Yes, they do. That was given to them, and we have no problem. No issue with Stone's Throw. We still tight.
Yeah, that's what's up. And for those who don't know, man, there's a lot of kids that don't even know what a cease and desist is. Can you just break that down for them?
Well, Tony, you want to explain better?
Don't bootleg any Dilla tracks, songs, snippets, videos, whatever, without letting someone know legitimately. Or you'll hear a knock, knock, knock at your door. Or you may just hear click, click.
Yeah.
Sucker. Message.
Yes.
You guys just got back from the beach.
Yes.
From Puerto Rico, from the Puerto Rock.
From the islands,
Yeah.
not the beach, the islands.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Tell us about
Go
that.
to the beach at the islands.
That was the Rock Steady, the Big Bash. Yeah, annual
man.
joint.
Yeah, it's a yearly joint. You know, big up to the Rock Steady crew, 77. You know, Crazy Legs and members of the Rock Steady crew and other sponsors help, you know, believe in a dream that, you know, Crazy Legs believed in, and we all just got behind him. And, you know, we're going to do this thing yearly, and it's always going to be in Puerto Rico, right along with the annual, you know, Rock Steady crew anniversary events up in New York. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that the Rock Steady crew is getting involved in, and, you know, J Dilla Foundation is always a part of that. You know, myself being, you know, of Latino descent as well, you know, going to Puerto Rico, find, you know, your heritage. You know, it's a good thing that everything transpired in Puerto Rico, and, you know, to find my bloodline there, and
that's what's up.
Yo, man, the heritage is just so deep, and to believe in the culture and really feel it, man, it's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
Peace. I almost didn't come in because I beat, yo. It's too ill, man. I'm over here rocking to this beat. Peace. This is OHLOW. You're tuning into On Beat with OHLOW. Coming to you live from Radio Fairfax. It's WEBR Radio Fairfax. I'm playing all Sincere beats today, man. I just wanted to ask you. It's crazy. It's surreal to have Ma Dukes here, because when I was 18 and 19 years old, I was listening to your son. We were all listening to your son.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The half the world, half the hip hop world was listening to your son. And he was actually creating something new, which is the norm today.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Which is that's why it's surreal. It's crazy.
It'll be more structured. We have so much that'll be going on soon that it's going to be directed. Everything's going to filter through the real site.
Tell us about the tour you have coming up.
Tony?
Wow, we have, well, shouts out to Slum Village. I just signed a couple projects with Slum Village as well. So Slum Village, you have Slum Village, you have Farside, and you have the Yancey Boys. That's going to be going on tour. So, you know, if you want to find out more information, you can check out the slumvillage.com, you know, to get the tour dates. And also, if you are following me on Facebook, or if you're following me on Instagram, Not For Self on Instagram, and, you know, you'll get your tour dates and everything. So right now it's just a West Coast, Midwest tour, but we're going to be also bringing it over to the East Coast, which is going to be liver than ever, because especially like it was saying earlier, Farside coming over to DC. When they sit back and tell you Farside used to come here, it's over 20 years now, because my godbrother was on Farside's road manager, and running was one of my favorite songs that was like so touching. And like I said, and when Farside dropped, man, you just thought about like how is it that the West Coast is really giving you that hip hop feel when they had so much gangster rap going on at that time, and Farside dropped it so dope, man, that it was like, yo. It was bone chilling, straight up bone chilling when you heard that whole Farside album, man.
It was one of my favorite videos to drop, because I love watching it go backwards.
Backwards,
That was the stuff.
Taking off their clothes.
Everything going
crazy,
back. I'm like, oh.
I mean, and it's just a shame that right now, you know, hopefully there will be a reunion tour with all the fellas coming back soon, you know, because it was a lot of discrepancies going on with the tour, and also one of the names that they had of the tour, but to have, you know, the fellas who are not part of the actual group right now come back together, man. You gotta have that coming soon, man.
That's what's up. And like you said, that's something you don't see, man. You don't see b-boys at many shows anymore, man.
That's what's missing.
That's one of the elements that's missing.
We really focus on that with a lot of because with the foundation, one thing that we're doing, especially talking about with health, we've actually incorporating a couple of b-boys who teach classes, who are going to be doing that as part of the tributes. They're going to be part of the tributes, and they're doing their own lectures and everything. So the J Dilla Foundation is taking everything with the 5 elements.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yes.
Yeah, man, we going hardcore. Like I said, we're moving up to move forward in a whole different direction, because the kids, we got to really focus on the kids, because their brains, man, are getting developing. what they got right now is not gonna be good for their future.
Not at all, man. I
or
mean,
ours.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like they the future leaders. So you know, what
there
I
are
mean? If you don't put them on the
caretakers
right,
too,
yeah.
man.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
yeah. I mean,
So
yeah.
where they at now is where we gonna be later.
Peace. What up, everybody? It's Tony Smith, Toney, Executive Director of the J Dillas Foundation. If you need to email us or hit us up, just contact me at toney@jdillafoundation.org. Check us out.
What up, though? Official Ma Dukes here, giving you a one love universe.
That's what's up, man. This is OHLOW, another episode of On Beat with OHLOW, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
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 We are WEBR, Fairfax County's cable access and internet radio station.